Bitcoin is still holding above 95K, and in today's episode, I'm going to explain why we could still make a run to 100K or a little bit higher. Let's get into it. Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now, it's about 2:25 p.m. Eastern Time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 95,350. We're going to start off here with the monthly chart. This candle closes in the next 15 days, and we're still seeing some hidden bullish divergence. If you can see from this price range to here, it kind of slants up, and then on the RSI, we're slanting down. This usually means that we would get higher prices here. As long as we could close above this 21 moving average, that is going to still be in play. Now, tomorrow, in about a day and 5 hours, we closed a 2-week chart. So far, we are holding above the 50 moving average, which is currently at $87,702. And the stochastics RSI look like they're primed to continue going up. So this looks like we can make a run towards this 21 moving average at 103,718. So that's one thing that is showing us that we can make it up still. On the weekly chart, this also closes tomorrow in 1 day and 5 hours. Stochastics are pointing up, RSI is pointing up. We've been able to maintain ourselves above the 80 moving average at $92,401. And frankly, all I would want to do is close above the 80 moving average, and then I'll worry about getting towards the 50 moving average for next week. And that 50 moving average is currently at 101,380. Now, you guys know that ever since we lost the 50 moving average, I've been calling a bear market, and so far it has been like that for the past couple of weeks. During a bear market, we do usually go up, test the 50 moving average. There's been an occasion or two where maybe we still close a candle above the 50 or two, and then we eventually roll over. So we have to keep that in mind. But right now, it's signaling that we could make it to at least 100K, slightly higher. Then we'll take it from there and see what happens. Now, we take a look at the 6-day chart. This is also still on the way up. So this is looking good for the weekly overall. We got resistance here at the 80 moving average at 97,818. But then look, if we could break through that resistance, the next thing to test is the 21 moving average. That's also at $100,016. Taking a look at the 3-day chart, we've been able to maintain above the 200 moving average, above the 21 moving average. And even though the stochastics RSI are toppy, if we zoom in, we can see that it looks like we're trying to curve back up. So that means we could actually stay here and curve here for a while. Look what happened over here. We made it all the way to the top, and we dragged here for a little bit before rolling over. And that could definitely still give us that move towards 100K. And the next line that we would need to test is this 50 moving average, and that is also at 102,062. So as you can see, everything is showing that we kind of want to make a move at least to test 100K or a little bit more. 2-day chart also looks like we're creating another hump here on the stochastics RSI. It looks here like the RSI wants to start rolling up. We got rejected off this 50 moving average, which is at $96,010. But then look at this, in the VRVP, we have a gap here. So if we're able to break this resistance, we're going to float up to this node here, and that's also at around 101,017, which is basically the 200 moving average. On the daily chart, stochastics are toppy. It looks like we are rolling over. We got resistance on the 100 moving average, but again, look at the VRVP. If we could just break above that 100 moving average, we have a gap here. This will just float us straight up here, basically to 101,000, and we could maintain that. Then we could probably go and test this 200 moving average at 105K. Now, on the other time frames, if you see the 22-hour chart, stochastics run on the way down. I'm starting to see like maybe we're getting some curvature, and maybe we can make it back up. 12-hour chart looks pretty similar. 10-hour chart is on the way down, but we're close to resetting here. We're close to the 21 moving average at 93,949, and this is kind of like flagging out here. If we can maintain ourselves above this 21 moving average, this could break us up towards 100K. We take a look at the 4-hour chart. The stochastics reset. We're on the way up, it looks like, and this is where I have a falling wedge here that already started breaking out, and this falling wedge has the measured move taking us to about 98,165. Let's call it 98K just to make it even, and it's already starting to break out. So let's see what ends up happening. If we continue having that move, we do have to get above this 21 moving average at 95,767. We have been going sideways here, as you can see with these candles, but at least we're holding 95K support. We head over to the 1-hour chart. We see that the stochastics RSI are on the way down, but again, I'm seeing some curvature possibly going on the way up. Now, yesterday I was telling you guys that this is possibly a head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then we started going sideways. This could have been a bear flag that broke us down. This could have taken us down to about 92K or so, but we started getting elongated and we've been going here sideways. So maybe we're not out the water yet, but it's possible that maybe the head and shoulder got negated and the 4-hour chart took over since we started breaking out of the falling wedge. And then on the 15-minute chart, the stochastics didn't have enough strength to go up. We started rolling over. We lost a 200 moving average. average. We're losing the 21 moving average at the moment. What I'm not liking here is that this kind of looks like a head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And if that's the case, this will drop us a little bit, but it's not going to be that crazy. This will probably take us down to somewhere in the 94Ks. So yeah, this will probably take us to about 94,700. Yesterday we had good support there. I think we went down as low as 94,300 and we were able to make it back up. So even if we come down here, if we can make it back up and get back above the 200 moving average, that 100K theory looks stronger and stronger every time. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.